Hello everyone, welcome to this session. We are still discussing about the computer physical topologies. So far in our past video, we've finished covering all the types of these physical topologies. So far, we said there are a couple of various different types of topologies that are there just to construct a network. Mesh topology, star topology, ring topology, bus topology, tree topology, and last but not least, the cellular topology. So in this video, we are going to see the advantages and the disadvantages of each one of all these topologies. So we'll start with the advantages of the mesh topology. The mesh topology has the following advantages. The use of dedicated links guarantees that each connection can carry its own data load, thus eliminating the traffic problems that can occur when links must be shared by multiple devices. So that thing of that the links just can be guaranteed that each connection can carry its own load of data. So in that way, it eliminates the traffic problems that may be caused due to multiple data that has to be shared for the multiple devices. The second one is robust. If one link becomes unstable, it does not incapacitate the entire system. So if one system, if one link it becomes unusable, it doesn't affect the entire system. The entire system will keep on working as normal as usual. The other than that, the advantage of privacy and security. So in mesh topology, there's a privacy and security. The other one that point-to-point links make fault identification and the fault isolation easily. So various fault identifications can be identified and the isolation of such faults can be easy within this mesh topology. The traffic can be routed to avoid links with the suspected problems. So these are just advantages of the mesh topology. The disadvantages of this mesh topology, it is required like a high amount of cabling and the number of uh, I/O ports. So there's huge amount of cabling needed for this kind of a topology. The second one that the shear bank of wiring can be greater than the available space. Yeah, here we're talking about the walls, ceilings, and the floors can accommodate. So a bank of wires, it can be greater. In fact, it can be disturbing as compared to the available space that is within the walls, ceiling, or floors. Other than that, the hardware required to connect each link, here we're talking about the I/O ports and the cable, can be prohibitively uh, expensive. So these hardware devices, they can be very expensive. So in such a way, it can be really a disadvantageous thing for the mesh topology. Moving on, let's see the advantages of star topology. The first are just some of the advantages of star topology. The first one, that it is less expensive than the mesh topology. In star topology, each device needs only one link and one I/O port to connect it to any number of the other devices. So for this kind of a factor, it also makes it easier to install and reconfigure. The other one is that the less cabling addition and deletion involves only one connection between the devices and the hub or switch. The last one is that easy for fault identification also and the fault isolation like the mesh topology. And if one link fails, only that link is affected, so other links keep on working. In terms of the disadvantage, is one big disadvantage of the star topology is that is the dependence of the whole topology on a single point, that is the hub. So if the hub goes down, the whole system goes down. Let's see advantages of the link topology. It performs better than a bus topology under heavy network load. It does not require a network server to manage the connectivity between the computers, so there's no need for the network server to manage the connectivity or among the computers. very orderly network where every device has access to the token and the opportunity to transmit. In terms of the disadvantages, one malfunctioning workstation or just a bad port in the MIU can create problems over the entire network. So just a single malfunction workstation, it collapses the whole or the entire network. Moves, adds, or changes of the devices can affect the network also. Also, the network adapter cards and the MIUs, that is multi-station access unit, are more expensive than Ethernet cards and the hubs. And last one, that is much slower than the Ethernet network under the normal load. So these are the disadvantages of the link topology. In terms of the advantages of the bus topology, it's easy to install compared to the other. Costs are usually low in terms of maintenance and repair. Easy to add systems to the network, so it's easy and fast to add the other systems to such kind of a network, and greater for the small networks. So within small networks, you are talking about the local area networks. This is the greater one to be used, this kind of a topology. In terms of the disadvantages of the bus topology, out of date technology, so it's no longer much used currently, include difficulty reconnection and difficulty reconnection and the fault isolation. It can be difficult to troubleshoot and manageable in large network, and also if the cables break, the whole network is down. So that's all about the bus topology. Advantages of the tree topology: it is an extension of the star and bus topology. So in networks where these topologies can't be implemented individually for reasons related to scalability, tree topology is the best alternative. So topology is just the best alternative for the extensions of the bar of the bus and the star topology, since it is linked up to all these kind of topologies. The expansion of the network is possible and easy. Here in this tree topology, it's very easy to expand this kind of a network. Other than that, here in this tree topology, we divide the whole network into segments. We are talking about the star networks, which can be easily managed and be maintained. The other advantage that the error detection and the correction is easy. So the errors can be detected very easily within the tree topology, and also the corrections can be made easy. Also, each segment is provided with the dedicated point-to-point wiring, the central hub. And the last advantage is that if one segment is damaged, other segments are not affected. In terms of the disadvantages of the tree topology, because of its basic structure, this tree topology relies heavily on the main bus cable. So if it breaks, the whole network is crippled. So due to the dependence of the main bus cable, or just the main supply or the main controller or manager, if this kind of a main controller or the main manager, if it breaks, the whole network is crippled or just stops working. As more and more nodes and segments are added, the maintenance becomes difficult. So maintenance becomes difficult when this tree topology becomes larger within the various workstations. The scalability of the network depends on the type of the cable used. So here I'm talking about the scaling of the network. It just depends on the type of the cable used. Whereby some cables can be very expensive to handle in supplying such kind of a topology. Advantages of the cellular topology. This is our last topology. Troubleshooting is easy. Also, hub-to-hub fault tracking is more complicated, but also it allows simple fault isolations. So these are just some of the advantages of the cellular topology. In terms of the disadvantages, when the cell hub fails or the unit is assigned the range of cell are just all affected. So please, clear guys. Thank you for listening. So far we've discussed the all topologies, their advantages and their disadvantages. So I'll be square. See you in the next video. Thank you.